Hello there. Just gonna let people enter the chat. We're back from. We're back again. Anyway, last stream we played Project Eden's Garden, and I should change that title there actually. There, we're putting investigation time because we've met everyone, so now it's time to investigate. Because the first thing they do is strap us with. Yep, first thing they did was strap us with a body. We haven't even met our whatever you would call it. Like, is there like mascot? That's the word. Like, is there even a mascot at this point? Like, we've heard their voice, but we haven't seen them in any form. So let's just hope that maybe we'll see him. Anyone? Well, I'm hoping to go 2 hours for this. 2 hour stream, you know, I do that. If I, however, if I don't go the full 2 hours, don't be surprised. Especially if I stop at like a trial or something. I'm just not fooling myself today. But I'll do me best. And secondly, before I boil, I'm gonna take off me jumper. Anyway, it's surprisingly hot for a winter night in my room, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just how things be. I blame global warming personally, but anyway. Enough gaggling. Perhaps we should proceed with caution in this procedurally generated project. I don't know. I'm trying to sound all not alliteration. What do you mean? No, it is alliteration. Sure. Jiminy Cricket. Anyway, I will now. I've got. There it is. Project Eden's Garden is a non-profit fan game not affiliated with Spikes. I might have to start skipping over this bit in the streams and just having the screen, but it shows because but yeah, it's that kind of game. Grr. Not for kids. So any kids watching, don't. But yeah, but away we go then. Been thinking of other games to play after this. Might actually I'll probably talk about this more at the end of the stream, but I'm thinking next week I won't do Eden's Garden. Maybe I will. Maybe just one day. But as regards anyway, so let's jump right into it. That is new game. I do not want new game. I'm also interested with the, will the prologue be? Okay, that is quite loud. I wonder. Would you like to load the save data? Yes. Options. I'm gonna turn the background music down a bit more because it is quite overpowering. And I want to be overpowering as well. I want to overpower people with my sheer ability to overpower people. We're still in the prologue, weirdly enough, despite the investigation being there. Which is new. Very new. Everyone is alive. Like, we haven't actually... Technically, we've not even found a dead body. The dead body, in brackets, is more of a dummy of someone who was killed, what, 10 years ago, I think it was? A long, long time ago. Not in a galaxy far, far away, unfortunately. But, we've got to find out how they were killed. Apparently, they already know the culprit, which is this grey man. So, somehow I didn't figure we'll probably have to be looking for a culprit as well. So, but, anyway, that's where we're at, really. Immediately into investigation. In fact, the first thing that will pop up will be the, body thing. This. The victim is Kara Koskinen, the ultimate teacher's aide. She was stabbed in the torso 28 times. 28 stab wounds. Like, seriously? The victim also suffered chemical burns to the head The most notable burns are to her eyes and scalp. Her scalp being like kind of the bit attached to your hair. Here. Now this is where I know a bit more. Cause of death is blood loss, so stabs is what kills her essentially. Time of death is unknown. That play into the case, obviously. There's a lot going on here. Chemical burns in addition to 28 stab wounds. Jesus, I don't want to believe anything the speaker guy says, but if this murder really is based on true events, damn, the killer is totally sick in the head. Tablet has been added to the truth bullet section of your trinket. Sounds like is this going to be like a tutorial investigation? Because I think sprinting. There we are, sprinting. Now, if anyone's going to know anything about it, it's going to be Ulysses Wilhelm, the ultimate historian. Ulysses was scribbling something down in his notebook.
I must take note of this.
Curious corporate television can barely create convincing corpses. So how does one wind up here?
Huh?
What does that mean? Bruh. He finished what he was writing and then lowered the book from his face.
According to my notes,
I love his continuous I've got some stuff in me fucking throat. And already I'm cursing. You see, convincing realistic mannequins like this one are rare. Are real, but rare. Yeah, you can find them in wax museums, mostly. They're actually really they're really damn good. But, hard to come by. Because, I mean, the people who make them are specialists, and they take time to make. It's cheaper, albeit clunkier, to recreate a body using special effects, but that's obviously not the case here. Somehow we have a mannequin indistinguishable from a real human. Our captors must not be tight on money.
yes.
They could produce an amazing TV show, certainly. How's our ultimate fencer, Eloise?
I just want to go home.
I can't believe this is happening. It's just a dummy. It'll all be fine. She's clearly having a moment. Not something I want to deal with right now. Okay, good point. What's with the gun? Our captors gave us a lot of information about this victim. To their credit, what's written on the tablet seems accurate, but I should inspect the body just in case. Damn it, it's just a doll. Stop hesitating. Damn it, Damon. So this is the, altogether the body in general. The doll was slumped against the door, her torso soaked in blood. Parts of her shirt had been ripped open, exposing bits of bloody, discernible pulp. I quickly took a step back, trying to control my breathing to avoid throwing up. It's just a doll. There's no reason to be afraid of a doll. Are we dolls? Assault rifle. Like, seriously, what's the assault rifle doing here? The initial sight of the doll shocked me so much I completely overlooked this rifle. It was the first thing I noticed, though. Inspecting it now, I realized something. If the victim was stabbed, why was a rifle near her body? Exactly. That rifle. Could you step back a bit? I'm curious about something.
No.
Could it be a bayonet? Maybe? Like, stabby. What? No, Before I could finish my sentence, John walked over to where I was and picked up the gun. Hey, you're messing with the crime scene. Ignoring me, he released the magazine of the gun with surprising ease. Eh? From the top of the magazine protruded a loaded bullet.
I see.
Huh, that's interesting. This rifle hasn't even been used. Definitely a dangerous thing to have around. I'll put it down and guard it so nobody gets any smart ideas. Better than him holding it. Damn, a loaded gun. What was going on in the killer's head? Why bring a gun to the crime scene and not even use it? Because it wasn't them who had a gun. Unless that gun was purely for intimidation. If it was, then why have the bullet? It's not very logical, but it to be a twisted game to play with the victim. Yeah, I don't think it can attach to a bayonet. A bayonet, not a bayonetta. That would be, I mean, that'd be funny, but now we've got the assault rifle then. Right, next, there's the knife, bloody knife. The ruddy knife. A bloody knife lay next to the victim. It's safe to say this must be the murder weapon. Obviously. Yep, bloody knife. Ooh. Pink hands. Her hands were surprisingly clean, all things considered. Yeah, I mean, if you hold injuries, like, she's got stuff under her fingernails, I think. I think that's what that is. It's, there were no other marks or injuries apart from her nails. It looks like there was dried blood underneath them. Why was there blood under her nails, but not on the rest of her hand? Perhaps because they were holding something. Right, body itself. This is quite obvious. The girl has been stabbed repeatedly. I don't need the tablet to know that. However, her cause of death, you'd think it was a stab to the heart or something, but the tablet claimed blood loss. Taking a closer look, the wounds, they don't seem excessively deep. at least not deep enough to pierce her heart. If she died from blood loss, what does that say about the killer? Perhaps that if they didn't mean to kill her, they probably could have killed her quickly if they wanted. Did they want her to suffer a slow death? There's blood in her mouth. That happens, I think, but that seemed to be all evidence. Nothing else was catching my eye. I think I might have missed something. Did I miss something? Damn, this is messed up. Okay, that's it. That's it. Job done. I should check inside the closet now. Boop. Are you sure you want to leave? Yas, queen. Let's head into this janitor's closet. Like the rest of the building, the inside of the closet was old and dilapidated. It was the last place I'd want to dig through. I don't know, the boiler room was pretty bad. But I had to gather as much evidence as possible. Otherwise, I won't be able to present a strong argument. Very true. Especially if there's a lawyer in the house. Ooh! A bucket! It's a bucket. Pretty typical thing to find inside a janitor's closet. But why is it randomly lying here? Buckets. There's nothing inside it except... What is this smell? It smelled like bleach. Could something be... well, I mean, it is a janitor's bucket, so I mean... it probably was filled with, bleach at some point. Okay, so... Ooh, clock. There's a clock above the door. Doesn't seem like it works. Oh, okay. Unless that's the time of death, and it was broken at the time, so it would be down straight at midnight. Oh boy! Back of the closet. Oh man, I want to go to the back of the closet because I like it. Okay, so shelf. Hang on. Shelf time. Shelf time. The shelf was packed with an assortment of towels. I feel like the bucket and one of the towels we used to clean up blood. Makes sense, doesn't it? Like they haven't chucked fake. Like if it was blood loss, it would make sense to have it. I briskly inspected them and lifting each towel to check for anything underneath. Many had gathered dust, but that was it. Nothing looked suspicious about them. Okay. Who should we talk to? Pro Gamer Cassidy.
Check it out.
Hey, check out what's behind this door. Yeah, it's a step ladder. She stepped away from the corner.
Right.
It's a ladder. Yeah, there it is. Doesn't seem like there's anything strange about it. Why was this brought to my attention again?
Dude, not cool.
I'm disappointed in you.
Huh?
So hackneyed.
You called that thing a ladder. It's so obviously a step ladder.
Seriously?
Aren't they practically the same thing?
Pardon me.
I have to agree with Miss Amber. Everyone knows an ace investigator must record his evidence as accurately as possible. That's certainly what the victim would want. That's certainly what the victim would want. Bleh. A guy that doesn't get my references is no fun to be around. It is. So it appears I'm on the step ladder of the ladder. Step ladder debate. Win this game. Well, actually, the protagonist is a ladder person. Huh. I wonder will this come up in every case. I'm gonna check on the peeps outside. Smell you later, lawyer man. He's already out of here? Did she even investigate anything besides that stupid ladder? It's a step ladder, man. Get your facts right.
It's for the best.
We must make every effort. Examine the crime scene as thoroughly as possible. Not for the sake of entertaining the people who kidnapped us, but for the sake of the victim. After all, this was based on a real murder, was it not? That was what the tablet said, though I'm still skeptical about the validity of that statement. Ava, what are you gonna lie to us about? Or are you a liar? Ah! This girl makes me panic! Like, is she really the ultimate liar? Is that the truth? Is that your maybe one lie? I don't know. It's just so confusing. There might be more clues around here. I'm going to check this entire closet for evidence. No thanks. A person like her is probably more likely to cause a murder, not solve one. Alright, have fun with that. Looks like that's everything around here. I should check out the other end of the room. To the other side of the closet. No, there are other people over here. Oh my god. Nothing important. Oh, look, a camera. Camera! More. Anything of great importance? No, it's just a... like, other than the camera. It's another surveillance camera. It's the guy on the speaker watching us through this. Just the thought made my stomach turn. Alright, okay, that's about it. Desmond, let's see what you gotta say.
Gotta stay one step ahead.
I checked all the containers on this shelf. They're all full with the exception of one. A bottle of bleach. Ooh. Ooh. Bucket smells like bleach. The chemicals.
Huh?
She had a... was it a prank gone wrong? No, it couldn't have been. Huh. There was a bucket in this closet that reeked of it.
Makes sense.
That's probably not a coincidence, given this thing is supposed to emulate a real crime scene. It's crazy how much effort has been put into this. I can't think too much about what kind of situation we're in, or I'll never be able to handle it. So, Ingrid, what you got for us?
Golly.
Golly, these shelves are really intriguing. Take a look. Some of the cleaning brands go as far back as the 80s and 90s.
Eh?
You recognize them? Because I use them. Why would you do that?
How should I put it?
All chemicals do the job better, since there were fewer regulations about what's poisonous and all that. Just don't ask where I got. Don't want to alert Fuzz. I'm sure they don't care about her black market cleaning supplies. Although, no, they would, because I thought that blipped. Winnower, what you got for us, Winnower, our entrepreneur? That security camera, it's brand new. Now that she's mentioned it, it does look out of place. You think it would have gathered dust like the other items in here? Did it recently get cleaned or something? Unlikely. Otherwise the whole place would be cleaned. I mean, the place is full of cleaning products. My company's headquarters have similar ones installed, except these cameras are even more high-tech.
Sheesh.
Typical schools spending more on security than educating their students. Oh, yeesh. Yada yada yada. That's assuming this is even the Academy's doing. Bing bong. Alright everyone, that's time. Wow, that is quick. I've never heard it. I suppose they call it that's why they call it the prologue. Look at you all. You investigated the crime scene so well, it's enough to bring a tear to my eye. Oh. Now I feel like I should have gone to check on the thing. Oh, it's the tree of ignorance, I like that. Jokes aside, please meet by the elevator for the class trial. You should find it somewhere around the tree of ignorance. So we're getting a tutorial trial as well, huh? It'll probably be about as tiny as the, as this as well. Huh. This is weird. Don't make me, wait too long. I might start getting zap happy. See you soon. Click. Click. Click, 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 click. Click. Class trial, what the hell does that mean? Sounds like that's the end of our investigation.
Let's see.
If we're done with this closet, we should go outside and talk to the others. The tree of ignorance.
Come off the grass.
Oi, what the hell is a class trial? Your guess is as good as mine.
Duh.
Obviously, we're going to court. What? Court?
What?
He's going to put us on trial?
Listen to me.
Maybe that's where we'll talk about the clues we found.
Just saying.
It makes sense for our current situation. Investigation, clues, whose files, what else could that stuff be for?
Well put.
Good point. It does seem oddly similar to court proceedings. Obviously, we're missing key suspects and witnesses, but you don't seem to be relevant to this case anyway.
Wait a minute.
He mentioned this elevator was near the Tree of Ignorance, right? He must be referring to the room with the tree.
Focus.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. Probably, yeah. It's the only thing I can think of. However, I don't recall seeing an elevator anywhere.
Just follow me.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get our butts over there. She keeps treating this like a dumb game. If we're really going on trial, that's gonna be a nuisance to deal with.
Okay.
We might as well follow her. One by one, everyone left. I guess I have no choice but to go as well. I mean, at this point, I'd say it's probably a coping mechanism, like... Oh my god! Matchmaker! What are you doing out here? Did you wait for me? How did you remain so How do you remain so stoic at a time like this? Aren't you worried at all?
It's simple.
No, not really. It's not like we're investigating some high-stakes murder. It's just a dummy, that's it. Yes, quite. I completely concur. She's obviously faking it without even looking at her face. I can tell she's sweating bullets. Well, she's a kid after all. Just a random thought. I used to like do the most push it all off ever. Like I walk everywhere before trials. In DR2, I went around every island in the opposite direction just to get mono coins. Slapped everything in P3. Slapped everything in. I think you do. I'm not sure. Do you slap things in DR1? But I did it all to get the coins. It was fairly annoying, but it got me my coins. And well, there's no coins in this one, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. How am I gonna pad out game time? I'm actually interested. How long will a Danganronpa type game take if I'm not padding time by trying to get every coin in the game? Anyway, fun tangent anyway. Here's the tree. When I arrived at the tree, I saw that people were already bickering.
Check it out.
A big tree! Eden's Garden Academy! Overused religious symbols is tight! I really hope we get let out after this.
Oi, you.
Can you confirm, liar chick? Why are you asking her?
Come off the grass.
Come off the grass? She's clearly faking her talent.
Am I hearing you right?
And that makes her one of the bad guys? Who would fake their talent besides someone with a secret to hide? I bet she's the one who brought that gas bomb onto the train.
Really?
And she didn't think to bring a mask to avoid you passing it out or whatever.
If no one else is gonna say it.
If all you needed was a mask to protect you, then... Hey, don't look at me. I literally passed out. This helmet's got plenty of holes in it. I'd suffocate otherwise.
I've got something to say.
No, the liar chick's totally oh god. Sus. Just look how calm she's been acting. She somehow knew that that dead body was a dummy, then she poked it in the face. That's not normal.
Deal with it.
And you're a jerk, man. He's like that guy. I don't like him. I just don't like him, man. I told you, it was my intuition.
Ugh.
Intuition, my ass.
Hold your horses.
Hold your horses. It's not unbelievable. My gut told me we should inspect the doll. Now look at us. We're on a mission to solve her murder.
Any clue?
Where's this elevator supposed to be again? That's right, there's meant to be an elevator around here. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? But all I see is this tree of ignorance. It is the tree of ignorance, like the bloody thing's got a door in it. Maybe we're missing something here. Or maybe we're being played for fools. Okay, first of all, maybe if I press the statue, whoop, it seems the creepy statue with a chunk missing. It's the creepy statue with a chunk missing from its face. I didn't notice this the first time, but the edges along the missing section were surprisingly clean. It looks like the chunk naturally fell off, and and more like someone halved it out.
What you doing?
You noticed the statue too, don't you?
Huh?
Huh? Oh yeah.
You alright?
What's up with the statue? There's definitely something whack about it. I just can't put my finger on what.
Look.
The mask is broken. There's a piece missing.
But
Is that weird? The statue is probably like super old. It makes sense it'd be cracking and stuff like
I'm talking.
that. No, this is definitely intentional.
wait.
Like it's crappy on purpose. Crappy on purpose. Even so, it's not relevant to the elevator, is it? Well, you know,
What about?
maybe if we find the piece and place it back on the statue, something will happen. Like a puzzle-solving game. That sounds kind of far-fetched, but it wouldn't hurt to try.
Sounds easy.
You saying we gotta look for the other part of the mask? Scooby-Dooby-Doo! Hold on to your butts, cause I got the eyes of a predator.
Whatever.
This isn't a never mind. With that, everyone started to search the tree again. Some people inspected the tree itself, while others scoured around it. After what seemed like only minutes, Grace stood up, frantically with something in her hand.
Oi!
Oi, everyone! I found it! We gathered around Grace to see what she was holding.
Nice.
Nice. That must be it. What should we do with it? Do we just stick it in the mask?
Leave it to me.
Does he have a watch?
Soybean.
Probably, yeah. I'll take care of it. Back off, Hercules. You ain't the one who found it. Grace brought the piece over to the statue and slotted it right into the mask. And then, nothing happened.
Fail.
Oh, that was anticlimactic. Click! Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Suddenly, the ground we were standing on began to shake.
Golly!
Oh, golly.
Oh, shit!
He has a very different way of reacting to that. Are we about to die? Tree. Wow, indeed.
Yo!
Yo, I was right.
Whoa.
That actually worked. A fucking secret passageway in a tree? I never thought I'd see that. Fucking mystery, innit? Buzz. Buzz. The tree of knowledge, a symbol of intuition and understanding, exists here only as a barren replica. The tree of ignorance. The tree of ignorance emulates the wonder of nature, but does not achieve it. Huh. So yeah, I guess that's that is a weird thing, and rather fitting for this trial as well, considering that the body is fake. And justly so, for ignorance often aspires to be seen as wisdom. Also, very true.
Game over, man!
Pick.
Game over!
Oh god, now he's spitting random philosophy. We're so fucked! Will this take us to the elevator? Well, there's only one way to find out.
What about...
There's stairs.
Question mark?
Okay. I like. There's stairs at the foot of the opening.
Yep.
What are we waiting for? Let's explore.
If I may ask.
Why the sudden rush?
Duh.
I want to get home, duh.
Elementary, my dear.
Elementary. Naturally, what? Oh god, I'm liking her even more and more. If we get this over with, we'll get out quicker. It's simple math.
Sure.
Fair enough. So we just walk in, do we? One by one, we approach the opening of the tree. And descended into the darkness. This is an elevator. I see the elevator is under the tree. I wonder, I'm not sure if you can hear that. I think you can hear him writing, the historian. Reckless investments, I'm telling you. Oh, shut up, Winoa. With a rumble, the elevator began its descent. We stood in silence, 16 worried strangers plummeting into the unknown. That's what we were, after all. Random people thrown into this horrible place. And for what? Some twisted man's gain? A fake crime scene, an investigation, a creepy statue, an elevator in a tree. None of this was the work of your average kidnapper. Yeah, man. Weird. Weird as fudge! This was something much bigger. and in no way could it be connected to Eden's Garden Academy. He's not centered. Fun. He doesn't stand in the center like every other game protagonist, I think. Like every game protagonist of the Diamond Rumble series. Like, probably doesn't mean anything, but I thought it was a fun thing to bring up. The elevator began to slow, snapping me out of my thoughts. I stood up, and when movement completely... What? Hang on. I stood up tall, and when movement stopped completely... I missed the word stopped. Ah! How silly of me. The doors opened. Doors opening. In front of us was a large circular hall supported by marble pillars. In the center of the room, 16 podiums had been arranged into a circle. Were those for us? Huh. Now this isn't normal. The speaker is off again. Welcome everyone. I hope you enjoyed the elevator ride, even if it was a bit quick. As you can see, this is the trial room. Bright and colourful, but also grandiose. It's like a mix of D3's one and the DR2 one. And a bit of DR1 is in there as well, with the red. With the heavy use of red. Each podium has a name on it. Find your designated podium and stand there until I give out further instructions.
However...
And if we don't comply, then I'll zap you, of course.
Back off.
Not this zapping shit again.
Miss.
Just face it, Miss Madison, we have to go along with his demands. Looks like there's a few smart ones in the pack, eh? Well, come along now, we don't have all day. There was no avoiding it. We had to assume our places. Scanning the faces around me, everyone wore similar expressions. Discomfort, anger, worry. It didn't end. We've been kidnapped and forced to play as pawns in some inane game. No will in our actions. No free will in our... No choice in our actions. All we could do was move forward. But first, we had to hope for an escape. A way to run from this twisted place. We had to solve this murder case. Well, I'm gonna save, obviously. I don't think I think I'm. No, that's fun. The investigation was a lot quicker than I thought. Oh, no, hang on. investigation is a lot well, quieter. A lot quicker than I thought it would be. Like, way quicker. Massively quicker. So maybe the class trial will be just as quick. So, because we've only got an hour left. So we'll run through it. We'll see if we can do the prologue cross trial. Weird to say. Yeah. But certainly interesting. Anyway. So, into the breach, dear friends. Change future trinket. Oh, there's our truth bullets. It's gotta be short because it's like only real tiny bit. Prologue. Vows created by stitches and needles. Begin class trial. Class trial in session. Why don't they do that, dear?
Let's begin with a brief explanation of the class trial.
Oh.
The objective here is simple. Explain how the murder took place. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue what you believe happened to the victim. Should you all agree on the right answer, you will be free to leave this place. Should you all agree on the wrong answer, well, you'll find out. That's all there is to it. Have fun, everybody.
Somebody, get me out of here.
If this is something we must discuss, I know a good place to start.
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here!
Oh, I think she's having a panic attack.
Somebody get me out of here!
What?
What happened to her?
Oh, shit! They fried her brain!
Calm down. It's only a shock. She won't suffer any permanent side effects. If I wanted to see the brain dead bicker, I'd just turn on the telly.
That's true.
On that note, please carry on.
So, they fried her. Holy shit, they ain't playing. The people running this thing aren't playing around.
As you were saying, Wolfgang?
Right. The way I see it, the objective of this
By the way, can I get like a seat with this thing?
Oh, can we zap him too?
I'm just gonna be an onlooker. It's only fair.
You're seriously not going to contribute?
What am I even supposed to do?
Put your detective hat on, buddy. We're here to solve a mystery.
Oh dear God.
Yeah. Who murdered that dummy chick, right?
Not who murdered her, how they murdered her.
Did that tablet not explain it?
It listed her wounds, yes, but it didn't explain how they were inflicted.
Probably because it's so obvious.
But, Miss Amber, you didn't even read the tablet.
And I don't have to.
Would you look at that? A debate's already underway.
Oh, he loves this. Oh, I feel so sorry for Grace. Oh my. These guys are clearly confused. I need to stop them before they arrive at the wrong conclusion. Oh gosh, do you hear that? That's the sound of a non-stop debate approaching. During non-stop debates, your classmates will speak one after another. I will be somewhat quiet for most of these because it's important to hear the what they're saying. Otherwise, you'll miss it. Like, you'll miss the point, the weak spot. Anyway, during non-stop debates, your classmates will speak one after another without interruption. See, that's why I won't get a word in edgewise, man. Students may say things that can contradict the truth, and it's your job to determine which statements must be broken in order to progress the trial. For your ammo, you have been armed with the let truth bullets. The ones you gathered in your trial, yeah. Truth bullets, yada yada. We all know what truth bullets are, probably. I know what truth bullets are. Truth bullets that are they're just the evidence, man. Truth bullets that are relevant to the debate will be loaded into your truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim the reticle and press the right key to fire. You'll want to aim for words in gold. Those are the weak spots. A lie or contradiction, but maybe hiding within a weak spot. So you can see the carefully compare your classmates' statements to the evidence you have gathered, and use the correct truth bullet to destroy the relevant weak spot. And I think they've directly shown what it is. If things are flying by too fast, use space bar to concentrate. There's the controls. F1 view for truth bullets. F3 to controls circle bullet. Circle bullets? Now that's interesting. I've never heard of. Oh, circle through your bullets. All right, okay. Silencer. They haven't got to yet, but fast forward, shift. Good to know. So I really only need space, shift, and I've got everything else is on my mouse. Control. Right, I think I'm ready. Okay, let's go. Not that someone of your caliber would ever fail. Anyway, press F3 to E3 to revisit these controls whenever you wish. That's all for now. Don't jump to many conclusions. I will only jump to the right conclusions. Just the assault rifle.
The mystery was never about who killed Kara, but how she died.
Is that true? Objection! It's obvious what the murder weapon was.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilt that blood besides that big scary gun? Ah, that's right. There was a gun. You hear that, lawyer man? She agrees.
The mystery was never about
Objection! It's obvious what the murder weapon was.
I didn't get a look at the crime scene. The body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilt that blood besides that big scary gun? Ah, that's right. there was a gun. You hear that, liar man? She agrees.
The mystery was never. I didn't get a good look at the crime scene. The body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilt that blood besides that big scary gun?
No, that's wrong!
There it is. And yeah, they do quite literally straight up show you what it is.
In? You barely investigated the crime scene to begin with.
Oh.
Whoa, what? I searched that place from top to bottom.
Alright, then tell me, how was a fully loaded assault rifle used as the murder weapon?
That's easy. It wasn't. Obviously, the shooter reloaded their gun to full capacity.
What?
Any smart shooter could tell you that. Right, Desmond?
Why are you bringing me into this?
Except, the victim suffered multiple stab wounds to the torso. If the gun was fired, not only should the body have had bullet wounds, but there would be shell casings from the fired bullets. We saw neither at the crime scene.
Details. If the gun didn't do that, chicken, what was the actual murder weapon?
The other thing that was quite clearly there. What is this? What was the actual? It was clearly the ladder. I want to say ladder, but no.
I got it. The bloody knife. It's just so blatantly obvious. It was literally right next to the victim's body.
Why so Cam's razor gotta ruin everything?
Interesting. Both the knife and the rifle were present at the crime scene, but only the knife was used.
Kind of weird choosing the inferior weapon.
Nothing beats the sting of a sharpened blade.
Okay.
If the killer didn't use the rifle, why was it at the crime scene?
Maybe it came from inside the closet.
I think self-defense.
Don't see why you'd be storing a gun in a janitor's closet.
Man, I don't know. What if it's not even related to the murder?
Of course it's related. It's covered in blood.
Oh no. Everyone's starting to yell.
This debate is getting out of control fast. I need to say something. Non-stop debate. Tablet, assault rifle.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
It's easy to...
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
So... Speckled... Yeah, I think...
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife
Next to the victim's body, speckled with blood.
We're next to the.
They opt for the knife.
I bet that didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer. Are you out of it? That has nothing to do with anything.
Okay, so it's not. I've
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
Speckled. Alright. Assault rifle, there was fully loaded assault rifle next to the victim's body. It was speckled with blood. And the tablet, which is the other thing we have, of didn't mention anything about chemical burn swift.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
It's easy to assume the killer was the one who was doing the gun. Obviously, this is one meant to imply we go for, or it's some that we.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife to the victim's
No reason to bring it with.
Be for the aesthetic.
Right, okay.
To reiterate, huh? Yes, we already know both. Does that change anything about the murder? To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife. Huh? Does that change? To reiterate, both the rifle.
Wow, I died in the prologue.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the
I
knife
see.
to the victim.
These days, all about.
That's like your.
If the gun was broken,
No, that's wrong!
Huh, tablet. I don't see the connection there, personally, myself.
Stop that thought right there. If we keep assuming the killer had the gun, we'll end up running in circles.
if I have a look at the truth bullet, was stabbed 28 times in a time of death is. Yeah, it just doesn't. Maybe it's because of the way that they were killed. If we keep assuming the killer had the gun, we'll end up winning.
What? You think the killer was unarmed?
No, they were definitely armed. With a knife. The reason they didn't use a gun is probably because they never had it to begin with.
It's obvious how to go about it. That's my problem, you know.
But then, who did?
Easy. The victim.
Whoa, the dummy had the gun?
No, oh my god.
If it wasn't the killer, it has to be her. She must have brought it to the closet. She was probably carrying it before the murder, but dropped it when the killer attacked her.
Oh, I guess that makes some sense.
Complete sense.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Aren't you overlooking something?
Huh?
The victim was stabbed from the front, meaning she could have seen the killer coming, correct? If so, why didn't she shoot them?
A stealth attack! I bet the killer memorized her AI movements.
That girl must have been killed before she had the chance to defend herself.
That's not technically true. There's evidence of a struggle between the victim and the killer.
I know this one.
This is it.
This is it.
We found dry blood under the victim's fingernails, which implies she was clawing at her attacker.
So, she was clawing at Greyman.
Of course, no explanation is definitive without photo proof of the killer, but I'm confident this is what happened.
Why would you resort to scratching when you're carrying a gun?
Did something get in the way of her using it?
Wonder if that killer stole it from her.
Aye, she cannot see.
She should have seen or heard him coming from the hallway at the very least.
Why do you think she was in the hallway?
That's where the fight happened, right?
I think you're getting ahead of yourself. How can we be sure the fight happened there?
Maybe the fight started in the hallway, and after it ended, her body was dragged into the closet.
If that happened, shouldn't there have been streaks of blood on the floor or in the hallway?
Drag marks? Can't say I saw any.
Oh, drag
it was
marks.
merely a jest. No need to take it so seriously.
Instead of dragging the victim, what if the killer carried her?
Grace is just out of it.
I don't know why they would want to do that, but it would explain the lack of drag marks.
But then, wouldn't the killer have been covered in...
Blood. Aye. It should have gotten everywhere.
Everyone agreed.
Those wounds were brutal. A few inches deep, I reckon. Carrying her would have done nothing to stop the blood flow.
I've just realized that
point.
with Grace out of it, they're not gonna survive this.
She was obviously killed in the closet. That's where the blood was.
Yep.
Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry for derailing the conversation.
Moving on.
That fight. The victim had the gun, but she was overpowered?
If she wanted to, she could have just, you know...
It doesn't make much sense, does it?
And yes. Alright. Talk. The grade points. Yeah, so these I know. Basically, it's the sailors are arguing as a weak point. Just you have to think of them as you're agreeing with them. Okay, let's go.
That slimy killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hand.
By the sounds of it, those two did have a crazy tussle.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see them coming.
Maybe she thought the killer was her friend? I know I wouldn't hurt a friend.
She tried clawing their eyes out.
Everyone.
That slimy killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hand.
By the sounds of it, those
So
two
the obvious answer
did have a
is
crazy
with
tussle.
with Gian.
But she still
with the
carried
tablet.
a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see.
I was getting confused, Silencer and getting Silencer and keep on just hitting Silencer first because I'm used to the doing
John
it on the left side.
actually has a point. The victim probably couldn't see what was going on.
Yep.
According to the tablet, she suffered chemical burns to the face and eyes. That sort of injury would have effectively blinded her.
Gone.
Also,
No see.
inside the janitor's closet, there was a large empty bottle of bleach. That's probably the chemical that caused the burns.
Blinded? With bleach? That's horrible.
Yeah, it would hurt like a hell, wouldn't it, man?
All that pain, yet she still managed to fight back.
Some teachers, eh?
She sure put up a struggle. Without a gun, I guess the next best thing was her hands.
So the killer was definitely the one who blinded her.
Indeed. Knowing she had a gun, he blinded her to make her less dangerous. Then, when he pinned her against the door and stabbed her, she tried to retaliate.
Scratch.
Until eventually dying from her wounds.
Because a melee weapon is good when you can't see.
Jeez, this is
And your hands count.
brutal. Couldn't they have toned down the violence?
No.
The past is in the past, and we
This
can't
is,
change
well,
that.
reality for you, I suppose.
All we can do is solve her untimely death, eh?
Wow, man. You have.
I mean, by the sounds of it, we've already figured it out, right?
No. Not yet.
Seriously?
How she was blinded.
But we've already discussed so much!
We know she was armed. We know she was blinded. We figured out how she died. How is this not a closed case?
Please understand, I'm proud of everyone's hard work so far. Because of you, we're one step closer to bringing the victim justice.
This was never about the dummy.
However, we should think of this case like an equation. Knowing how it works is only half the struggle. Now we need to figure out why.
As in, the motive?
You're on the right track.
You speak like we have any information on the killer. The man's a stock image. He doesn't even have a name. What are we supposed to ascertain from that? That he's a non-character?
Not every answer will be written down for you. Sometimes actions speak louder than...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold the phone!
Grace?
Whoa, what? Since when was
Grace
Grace
is
back
back
to
to normal.
normal?
Right now, Soybean. Watching you guys try to solve this mystery has been like watching a dumpster catch on fire. I guess all that smoke must have clouded your vision, 'cause there's a big-ass elephant in this room.
An elephant in the room?
That's giving us too much credit.
So the killer incapacitated that girl. She had a gun, it makes total sense. Problem is, you've yet to explain how he used the bleach.
I sort of assumed he spilled it on the victim.
Right. He just tipped the bottle over her.
That bottle is where the bleach came from, sure. But I doubt the bottle itself was involved in the murder. When we found it, it was neatly ordered on a shelf near the back of the closet.
It's a classic prank.
The gun and knife were just thrown on the floor. So it's weird this weapon was handled so differently.
Do you think the killer just poured the contents of that bottle into something else?
Sure, before the actual murder took place, I'd say.
Yep.
And what is this something else? Go on. Explain it before this dumpster turns molten.
She's stubborn. I think she actually does know, Grace knows. Yep, time to put out a fire. Book it!
Well, if the original bottle's been emptied, where'd the bleach go?
It's bucket time.
Into another bottle?
What about a container? There were a bunch in the closet.
I bet the killer had a secret water gun.
That would be cool.
So when the victim came in, pow! He squirted her in the eyes.
It's the container.
Hey! The ink vanishes when the battle's over.
Call the fire brigade, Grace.
Well, if the bleach go.
Into
What about a container?
Oh crap!
There were a bunch in the closet.
Hey!
Call the fire brigade,
I love
Grace.
this line.
Well, if the original bottle bleach.
Into another bottle?
What about a
Container.
I got it.
Consent? Always ask for consent.
She's correct. The killer put the chemicals in a bucket.
There's a bucket that smells like bleach. This is a bucket.
Or, more specifically, the same bucket we found at the crime scene. After all, it reeked of bleach. If the killer didn't use it to transport bleach, what else did they use it for? Personal cleaning? I doubt it.
Yo, that makes sense!
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Okay, cool.
True, she's been...
So, how'd the killer use that bucket to spill bleach in the victim's eyes?
It would be a fairly heavy bucket, so it's unlikely he threw it on her.
She'd shoot him before he even had the chance. Use your brain, mate.
Of course, my apologies.
She's better than the lawyer. Hefty bucket.
Even if he did manage to splash her, the girl should have sustained intense facial burns. However, aside from her eyes, her face was relatively untouched.
Well, if you check the tablet, it said she had burns to the scalp, too.
Burns to the scalp? How does that work? Unless those chemicals came from above?
Bloop.
Did the killer somehow suspend the bucket in the air?
It's a classic.
Maybe there was a mechanism that made it tip over when someone entered the room.
Yeah.
Where's this bucket supposed to be again?
Above. Which... well...
Hi.
Was the killer hiding above the door frame?
No, that's stupid.
There's no way they were up there. There's nothing for them to sit or hold on to. Not to mention, they couldn't have stabbed her from up there.
And if there's no place for the killer to sit, then there's no place for the bucket to sit.
Unless you take into account the size difference. The space above the entrance might not be able to support a person, but it could still support something as small as a bucket.
You'd think a person like Kai would know.
And that thing supporting the bucket?
See a door frame. as I said, it's a classic prank. Alright. What is this? Oh, no. It's just a... It is the door itself.
Got it.
Also, I noticed that it
I don't know how
changed
we
from
overlooked
ladder to
this.
step ladder.
I've got it. The killer just balanced the bucket on the door.
Like in those water bucket pranks people film?
Exactly. When the victim came into the room, she pushed open the door and caused the bucket to fall on her. This would make it so she couldn't shoot back or even get a chance to see her assailant. When the bucket hit the ground, it probably rolled away. That'd explain why we found it a couple feet from the victim.
That is a possibility, yes.
It sounds like the best conclusion.
There's just one problem. How was the killer able to reach that high? Unless they were abnormally tall, it'd be difficult to place something on top of that door.
Well, let's use that as our next point of discussion. How did the killer set up this trap?
Step ladder time. It's step ladder time. Clearly, it's the ladder.
This is it. There was a step ladder hiding behind the closet door. The
Hey!
killer probably used that.
He's joined the step ladder.
After climbing it, they could position the bucket right on top of the door.
Figures.
My precious stepladder? You think the bad guy used my super duper obvious stepladder?
Match point. Occam's razor.
First time in these things, step ladder.
Yes, it
Actually
appears our killer
important.
didn't care much for subtlety. No matter how obvious it seems, it's the only answer that makes sense.
It was the only knick-knack of its kind, too. If there's something else that killer could have used,
Knick-knack
it's
is
escaping
a
me.
fun word. Yeah. Well,
I see. It makes sense with what we've got so far.
Grace is killing it, not gonna lie.
But I'm not done yet. I still have one last question for you apes.
Please just leave us alone. Oh, I'm so tired.
Hey, don't be like that. Grace may be loud, but her questions have really helped our discussion.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was the killer doing when that bucket poured onto the girl's head?
He obviously didn't just stand there and observe.
Yeah, to agree. That must have been hiding somewhere, waiting for her to arrive. Somewhere nearby, I'd assume. Well, in the back, maybe.
I got it. I've got it. The killer was hiding in the back of the closet.
Wow, I was right. I wasn't entirely
If he was
certain
pressed
on
up
that.
against the furthest shelf and facing the entrance, there'd be a diagonal path between him and his victim.
Oh, yeah, true.
I say diagonal because that's the only way you can make a direct charge forward. Also, when the victim entered the room, she would have been standing with her back to the hallway, right outside the killer's range. That's why the stab wounds were only made to her chest.
Stabby stab.
Creating the crime scene we found! Great job, guys! We're actually doing this!
That was the last mystery, right?
Well-
must have put everything together now.
Motive.
Even if it's all fake, I feel really bad for this victim.
It's an ugly sight, But she's no victim.
Huh?
Well, technically she is, but let's be real. The girl was carrying a gun. She probably provoked the killer, and they killed her in self-defense. It's a clear-cut case of the hunter becoming the hunted, no?
That's no excuse.
What?
There's no justifying murder. Killing a woman is the worst thing a man could do.
You're emanating a sizable amount of emotional tension. Are you okay?
There's no excuse. There never was an excuse. 28 stab wounds. No girl, no person should ever suffer.
Oh god!
Kara's fate.
I've just realized.
Wait, who's Kara?
It was the victim's name! Didn't anyone read the tablet?
He's elected, isn't she?
I agree with you, dude, but you don't have to shout out your point.
Oi, what's all this about? We've figured out the case. Stop trying to drag it on.
No. We're not finished here.
Huh?
There's no murder without a proper motive. We need to discuss why Kara died.
I am not going this far for a fictional murder case. We aren't looking for a murderer. We're looking for answers, which we have.
Do you turn in a half-finished exam, Winona? An essay without its conclusion? This isn't about efficiency. This is about being right. Or do you, a supposed entrepreneur, not value integrity?
Oh. Lawyer man is angry.
What the hell?
Let's just talk about the motive. There's no harm in doing that, right?
Well, what was the motive? Was the killer fighting for their life? Or were they going out of their way to murder?
Maybe the gun freaked him out.
If I was in the killer's shoes, I'd definitely be nervous. Thing is, while acting out of self-defense is possible, since when does it look like this?
Yeah, such a crazy.
Given the severity, I'd liken it to a crime of passion.
Something done on impulse?
What if they were frightened? The spooky thing might have set them off big time.
It's a weird case for it to be like. It's got too much set up for self-defense.
That's wrong. There's no way this was done in self-defense. No matter what excuse the killer uses, it doesn't change the fact they have blood on their hands.
Yo, bud, you seem a little pressed.
Silence! I won't allow this!
Christ. Pathos. Hold to absorb. So E. Oh my, this comes back to classic Dagger. Jeez, because you don't get this in. Wow. I don't think you get with 2 or 2. Powerful emotional argument, and it makes sense for a debate.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest!
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
Okay.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint.
I helped this man.
There is no way to justify this. Sadistic.
Shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the could have been.
Don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
Liar.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest!
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. Self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
Dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
Kill it.
A lot of us about killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
How? This isn't working. Okay. Is my E button.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest!
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind. What's wrong with that? Is there a
Right. Yep. Okay.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest!
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions
scene they left.
Dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
Okay, we forgot. Okay. Is my E key just broken? Okay, I'm gonna check how my E key is doing. One moment. Bring it up.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm?
You don't just the
Dead.
Do that. If you have no proof.
So says the liar.
Alt. Okay, so, right. So, my E key working all the way. Whatever is wrong with this.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint.
Yes.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive,
Can you only
deserves to be brought to justice!
If you have
so says the ultimate liar.
To kill Kara so easily and without there is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
Me to stay sadistic kill.
Shouldn't make a the killer. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
Well...
To kill Kara so easily and
Okay,
without
this is
restraint.
mad.
There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
We
get
shouldn't
it.
make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead.
What's wrong with that? Is there a second crime scene only?
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer,
Okay.
dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you.
Oh,
if you
okay.
have no
Got it.
proof.
So you
So says the ultimate
you
liar.
use it on the purple ones.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of you.
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
It's a
So
weird one.
says the ultimate liar.
Weird use.
To kill Kara.
Shouldn't make a lot of the killers could have been.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene. What's wrong with that? Is there a second crime?
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
Expect me to stay. This was the sadistic humanity's brightest.
I don't see how that relates to his point.
To kill Kara so easily and without no way.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to be calm? This was the sadistic one of humanity.
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
Right.
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you.
No, that's wrong!
Fast was cut. Hey, there it is. Finally working.
Expertise shouldn't be overlooked here. If there's anyone to believe, it's the lawyer.
Say what?
That's crazy. That is mad. Finally got it working, but that's weird. Maybe should have read it a bit more properly.
Wolfgang has spent his life in the courtroom and on the crime scene. He'd understand the criminal mind in ways we can't possibly imagine. He was even emotionally invested in a murder case he'd never seen before. If his lawyer's intuition tells us that the killer was in the wrong, then we have no reason to disagree. We're all ultimates for a reason. We need to trust in talent.
Wow. You actually...
Well spoken. If Wolfgang is adamant about the killer's intentions, we should have faith in him.
He's a little bit less of a prick now. Hey! Mini arc over the...
Yeah! Wolfgang's clearly trying his best for us.
Let's trust in the lawyer and his bargain bin buddy.
Hey! If it means going home, then new guys convinced me.
Right on! Team Wolfgang all the way!
Thank you all for your support.
Well, Eva, do you still disagree?
Even if I did, it's not worth pursuing.
Does this mean we're done here? Hey!
rare disembodied voice! We've figured out your stupid case. Now let us leave!
Zed.
Oh, you're finally done. In all honesty, I stopped paying attention a long time ago.
What? We only went through this case because of you.
Silly me, I have a short attention span. So, just for my own benefit, why don't you summarize the information you've learned?
Hey, it's a good reason for this. Practice?
Fine. I'll do as you ask. I'll present the truth.
By the way, the chair's up behind him.
We'll present the truth together. Let's dig into it.
Okay. Now, closing argument I understand. Naturally, your medium is a comic book. Obviously. Here's a thought, it's a comic book in this case now, so it won't be manga style. Like in D or so yeah, I understand this one. Insert panel really is all you need. Otherwise just to navigate stocks and stuff. Switch pages with Q and E. Space. Select and deselect. Ah, nice. Gaps will reveal a hint if you hover over them. But I think I have a decent idea of what this case was. Right, okay. What was... Right, so what was the victim? Right, so he's not got a... How was the trap triggered? Well, that's... easy enough. Bloop. Okay. What did the victim do when they were stabbed? So, this last one. She's carrying the step ladder. Okay. Right, so I can... So the last two is clawing at the killer's neck. Well, that's not going to be enough. Still so. Could want... assault rifle. They don't have pink by the looks of it. Yet, so I'm gonna go with. Add into the fighter.
I got it.
There we go. Act 1.
The victim was Kara Koshkinen, the ultimate teacher's aide. Right before her death, she was wandering around the academy carrying a large assault rifle. That was probably when our unnamed killer, who was armed with a knife, spotted her.
And decided he'd put her to eternal rest. He slid inside that little janitor's closet, where he began hatching a deadly scheme.
Oh, this is like a...
Aye, they needed a way to surprise the victim, who was better armed. The killer
That's more
grabbed a
probable.
bottle of bleach from the closet and poured its contents into a bucket.
That's because they wanted to blind Kara by splashing the bleach in her eyes.
Sneaky little bastard.
But to do that, they would need to set a trap and catch the victim by surprise. The killer moved a stepladder behind the closet door and climbed up it to reach the doorframe.
This is fun.
There,
I like
they
the idea.
carefully placed the
of
bucket.
Everyone actually saying.
That way, when the victim opened the door, the bucket would empty its contents all over her.
After completing this setup, the killer retreated to the far end of the janitor's closet and waited for the victim's arrival. The killer could have made noise to attract the victim's attention. Either way, the victim tried to open the door.
And, the bleach splashed all over her. Her scalp, face, and eyes were severely burned.
Youch!
Shank.
The killer leapt from his hiding place and began viciously attacking Kara.
28 stab wounds.
In his fit of rage and cruelty, he stabbed her from the front 28 times.
While being stabbed, the victim tried to fight back by clawing at the killer. This left the dried blood under her fingernails. However, it didn't deter the killer, and the victim eventually died.
At present, we don't have enough information to reveal the killer's true identity, but their actions haven't been forgotten. That is the truth behind this case. Well, are you satisfied?
Are you satisfied?
A measly 3 acts. Poor Horace would be beside himself.
Yeah, nobody.
Who the hell is...
No one cares! We've done your end of the bargain. Now let us out already!
That is what I promised, isn't it? Alright, I'll let you leave this room. But before I do, may I be frank with you all for a second? This entire time I've been hiding behind a speaker, afraid to show my face. My heart tells me you'll react cruelly to it. However, my head, it raises a compelling argument. Who cares what others think? Shouldn't I get to have a little fun once in a while? Yes. Let's do away with these silly boundaries already. It's time we meet face to face.
What was that all about?
Everybody, look over there!
Mist.
Toss away those pickaxes, peasants. The walls have finally crumbled. What will you do
Goat
now
man.
that you've reached the other side? Will you treasure this new land? Serve it? Or will you set it ablaze? Well, peasants, have you made your choice?
I wonder if he has
Yo, what
sitting
the fuck
animation.
is going on?
Are you the speaker guy?
Speaker guy? No, no. You don't address your superiors like that. Within the halls of this academy, you'll refer to me by one name, and one name only. His Highness, the great and powerful Tozu, host of the Killing Game!
Killing game. There it is.
Well done.
Or you could call me Tozy for short.
Hey.
Hey, what do you mean, killing game?
The show must go on.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Quite the contrary. This is only the beginning.
That's...
Of what?
Why the long face?
Isn't it obvious? You, my dear subordinates,
My blood is rushing!
are going to kill each other. That's not
Come on.
That's not very funny.
But then...
But you said we could go home if we solved the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you an incentive. It's not my fault you took it the wrong way.
What?
What are you talking about? You lied to us?
Rubbish.
Lied? Oh, no, absolutely not. I'm a fair man, a man sworn to the truth. If I recall correctly, should you all agree on the... I specifically said you could leave this room, not go home.
You...
You sneaky son of a bitch!
Not okay!
That's... You're full of shit, man! There you go, losing control of your voice. That's how you know you've lost the argument. Logic is a cowardly thing like that. It'll jump ship the moment it's confronted with a challenge. He didn't lie, did he? He said he never lies. So when he said this is was Eden's Garden Academy. Bullshit! What am I doing? Believing someone like him? There's no other way around it. He's lying.
Dude!
Hey, why didn't you tell us about your dumb game sooner? And watch you peasants run away?
Pathetic.
I can't host a game without any contestants.
Please don't.
Please, don't do this.
I just want to go home.
I just want to go home. I want to be with my family. Please let me go home.
There's no need to worry.
There's no need to cry, Miss Torna. Huh? We're all civilized here. No one is going to kill simply because they've been ordered to. What's this? The peasant has a rebuttal?
Let's see.
A match between unprepared, unfit players. You could hardly call that a match. In much the same way, this game you've proposed a killing game between students who don't have the heart to kill.
Nonsense.
Do you seriously think we'll abandon our morals so quickly?
Hey!
Yeah, that's totally right. We're like super boring people. We don't have what it takes to do something like this.
Indeed.
My heart is terribly soft. Softer than the most delicate piece of mochi. When I see a fly in my room, I catch the poor dear in a jar and return her to nature.
I would never!
My mochi heart would melt otherwise.
I see, I see.
I see. Is that your argument? That's your argument, is it?
How interesting.
So what has you so convinced? What do you mean? What makes you think the people in this room lack the heart to kill? Do you even know anything about them beside their names and talents?
Pathetic.
If you do, then tell me regarding in killing. Where do they stand? Are they okay with murder if it's for the greater good? Are they okay with murder if it guarantees their survival? Is where they currently stand on the topic the same as where they're willing to stand? Go on. You've had a couple of hours to get to know everyone. That's plenty of time to learn their life stories, right? Yeah, I like him. Actually, might like him more than Monokuma. Should I take that as a no? Goodness, what a surprise.
Plot twist.
Not. You wouldn't be here all dressed up in that fancy suit if you were so naive.
Such a spoil sport.
Oh, and one more thing. That trial you just did, that was your preparation for the killing game.
Get out.
How? All you did was make us play detective.
Plot twist.
And for a good reason. If one of you is killed, the remaining students will have to participate in the true class trials. Your objective here is simple. Uncover the culprit if you can. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue who you believe committed the murder. The result will be decided by popular vote. If you choose the right person, they alone will be executed and the killing game will continue. However, if you choose the wrong person, the guilty party will be set free and the rest of you will be executed instead. Those are the rules of the game. Everyone understand? All of us will be executed? But that's not fair.
Isn't this lovely?
Really? I think it's one of our most beautiful rules. Everyone has an incentive to participate in the game, innocent or otherwise.
What's happening?
That's insane. You're treating us like pigs to slaughter.
Such disrespect.
Nonsense. All of you have the chance to survive this game. Lima, do you think the common butcher is so merciful?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if no guilty party ever escapes, the killing game will end when there are only 2 students left. You may want to remember that, or maybe you don't care. It depends on what kind of person you are. Out of the 16 people here, only 2 would be allowed to survive.
No shot.
2 people. That's hardly better than if someone gets away with murder.
Well done.
I know, that's what makes it funny, so funny. Most of you will die, no matter what, and yet, with every passing trial, you'll all cling to life more desperately.
The show must go on.
And that exact mindset is what causes more murders to happen. Aren't these rules simply brilliant? A perfect test of the limits of human compassion.
I have an appetite for destruction.
I can't wait to see all of you in action. More laughter. Ow. The madman's loud, tinnitus-inducing laughter was suddenly cut off by a well-timed strike from behind.
I've said it a million times, you mangy fucking mutt! I want nothing to do with this stupid game!
Ow, 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 ow! Stop it!
Since you've made it clear you won't listen to reason, I'll just make sure you have no arms to kill with!
Do you even listen to when I talk? I'm not the one doing the killing. It's you lot who are...
Grace drove her fist directly into his stomach. She followed with another blow and another. And when it looked like he wasn't going to be satisfied until he was dead, I saw, from out of nowhere, a tiny red dot appeared on Grace's face.
Hey! Stop already! There's a...
But before we could do anything, bang! The sound of a gunshot in our ears. No. Grace released the man from her grip. Speechless, she moved her hand to her cheek, which had been nicked by the stray bullet. We all looked in the distance. The shot came from the shooter who stood silently by the pillar. A trail of smoke rising from the mouth of her rifle. Her mask. The design was a panther instead of a goat, but it was clear he was working with him. You shot at her.
For real?
This is getting out of hand. There are two of them. They're multiplying. Everyone slowly backed away from Tosu, suddenly fearful for their lives. What a shocking and unnecessary display of violence.
You think?
I was talking about the golfer woman. Well, now you've become acquainted with our enforcer, Mara. If any of you kids try to jeopardize the killing game, such as by attacking me, she'll be there to put an end to your shenanigans.
Pardon me.
Even though she misses her shots? That was just a warning. I assure you, it'd be unwise to test her sharpshooting ability.
In any case...
Regardless, I finally have an answer to your previous question. Meh? You asked me if I knew anything about my friends beside their names and tongues.
No matter.
Truthfully, I don't. But I'll continue to trust them, as I do, because they're ultimates. Huh? They are charged with the betterment of society. They've proven themselves to be above simple acts of self-interest.
We will not succumb!
We will not succumb, even if you trap us, fire guns at us, and force us to enjoy farcical courtroom procedures.
Ugh.
He's right. Grace was trying to compose herself, still clearly shocked by her run-in with death.
Don't test me.
No matter how weird these guys are, they're talented. Do you really think an ultimate would fall for this bullshit? That's right. My friends and I have too much to live for, and too much to achieve. We won't throw all that away for your killing game.
Don't get it mixed up.
We're all going to escape. We have to. One by one, the students raised their voices in solidarity with Wolfgang. All of them were so confident in what they were saying, so willing to blindly put their faith in each other. And for some reason, it made me sick.
My.
Never underestimate the strength of human connection. I am quite familiar with this idea.
Aye.
What kind of captain would I be if I can't even handle a small crew of 15? What is this horrible feeling of contempt? Why do I feel this way when everyone seems so hopeful? The voice inside me was answered by another.
No.
You've got it all wrong. The students turned their attention towards Ava, surprised by her words. Eh? Do you actually believe no one here will try to kill you? You're really naive. I don't know how you made it as a lawyer. Well, instead of resorting to random ad hominem attacks, why don't you explain in your reasoning?
It's the truth.
It's obvious compared to normal people. Ultimates are more prone to killing, not less. Living with constant praise from public has ruined our sense of self. If you need examples, just look around the room.
What a joke.
Excuse me.
Look.
In the outside world, ultimates will do anything to further their own goals. The same is probably true here. Once you realize your dreams can only be achieved if you escape, you'll resort to murder.
Can't you see?
If you continue to convince all of these people to trust each other, they'll only be more vulnerable. Unless that was your plan all along. Is it possible you want to make everyone vulnerable? So that it will be easier for you to kill them? That's
enough.
That's enough. Ingrid stepped in front of Wolfgang protectively. Wolfie's done nothing wrong. He's given all of us a vote of confidence. Yeah. It's something we all needed.
Please.
So stop trying to turn us against each other. Please. The horrible feeling grew stronger as the other students admonished Ava. It grew stronger and stronger, and I knew I had to say something. Ava's right. Huh?
No!
Damon, not you too.
I know.
Look, I get it. You want this to make the situation less scary for everyone. But Ava made a good point. All of us have a clear motivation to leave this place, even at the cost of other people's lives. Whether it's to see our families again, or for the sake of our talents.
Don't say that!
No, I would never kill anyone.
That's not it.
Diana, you admitted yourself you had too much to achieve. Don't you see that, how that's playing into the masked man's hands? This whole we're all ultimates thing is pretty insane anyways. After meeting all of you, it's clear none of us have the same goals.
Hold on.
What are you insinuating? Don't we all carry the same obligation and to improve the world we live in? His question angered me more than anything that had been said before. I could no longer suppress my true feelings.
That's wrong.
Look, the title barely means shit nowadays anyway. Right? Most ultimates are just dullards obsessing over some pointless hobby. Their talents don't contribute anything of worth. The only thing they're capable of is leeching off public attention for their own goals. Ouch.
You've got to be kidding me.
You've got to be kidding me. Running a business that feeds millions is pointless.
No.
Some of you are an exception, obviously. But come on. There's no way the rest of you can improve the world we live in with your niche fixations.
That was very...
Don't you mean the rest of us? You're an ultimate too. Yeah, what the hell makes you so special? I could feel their words worming their way into my soul. What makes you so special? Well, I can actually achieve many things with my talent. I can argue policy, consider ethics and morality.
Yeah.
Better yet, I was the one who got you guys through that trial.
Really?
Is that really what happened? I remember all of us helping out.
Shrimp?
Yo, I see what's going on. You think you're better than us. Just 'cause you can say words nobody understands. Well, that's kind of stuff is relative. Like, tell me what a dragster is. Watch your step, lest you trip and fall from the unparalleled heights of your vanity.
Not good enough.
I'm disappointed in you. How are you so concerned about making yourself look good when we're in the middle of a death game?
The hell?
Wait, I wasn't trying to. It was no use. They turned against me, hurling obscenities, scowling, or simply shaking their heads.
Isn't this lovely?
Few, do I sense anger, hatred, and an unquenchable sense of bloodthirst? Well, save that for later. I'm the only person who can spill blood in the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
The elevator will take you back to the killing arena. We've cleaned up the crime scene and prepared a dorm room for each of you.
Get lost.
Thanks. Now can you get lost?
Good evening.
Okay. Wow. He returned to his podium with the masked woman trailing closely behind. The bizarre mechanism that brought him into the room lowered the two of them into the ground and out of sight.
Hey.
Still, we're not gonna kill anyone, right, guys? No matter what happens, we're all going to make it out okay. It was only when the madman had left that reality truly began to set in. I'm trapped How did this happen? I just wanted to help. I wanted to make sure we didn't trust each other too easily. And now I'm being treated like the bad guy. Will these people practice what they preach? I can't trust anyone here. For better or for worse, it's me versus them. So cued the beginning of the end. The beginning of an unfathomable nightmare, an unrelenting despair. The beginning of the killing game. Oh dear God. Whilst this is playing, which by the way, god damn it, it's bloody loud. What even allow me change? Whilst this plays, and I am shouting orders, just to shout, get over the damn thing. I thought I'd turn this in. Well, that was way too loud. That was a long ass prologue. Probably because of what this is. Vows woven by stitches and needles. End. Considering that each one is chopped up into separate parts. But so now the prologue is done. Might just let that play. Prologue is done. I'll have a check whether chapter 1 is available already yet, but I won't be doing it next week. And either way, that's us, I suppose. F. Five. Huh. Right. So I'm gonna have to find a. I'll have a look if chapter 2 is available. Chapter 1 is available. Oh. Probably isn't. But who knows? I'm gonna leave it here. We went a bit overtime this time round. Half hour overtime, really. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll have a look for chapter 1 of Project Eden's Garden, see if it's available yet or not. Like, I don't think chapter 2 is out, but chapter 1 might be. That was mad. I'll probably talk about it more next stream when I've properly gotten off that high. I really need to figure out something about my audio, because God, the game audio is just out of whack. Anyway, next week I don't know, maybe I'll probably play Minecraft, maybe, or something else. I've been eyeing Evan's Remains, and Little Witch in the Woods. I might even just run classic Duck Simulator. I have no clue. But that, my dear, that was our investigation and trial as well. Like, the E conundrum. Oh God, that was weird. I didn't quite understand it. Anyway, I will see you next week. And bye, and heart.